Hello, now we are going to learn about photosynthesis. Photosynthesis takes place in the chloroplast or green plant parts. So, green plant parts contain chloroplast. So, chloroplast is having mainly two parts. One is grana and second one is stroma. Grana contains photosynthetic pigments like chlorophylls, carotenes, xanthophylls, and here stroma contains enzymes, which is colorless part. Here, the first phase in the photosynthesis, light phase. Light phase takes place on the grana. So, in the first phase, light energy is converted into chemical energy. Light energy is trapped by the photosynthetic pigments, and that energy is converted into ATP and NADPH2, which is also known as assimilatory power. And this assimilatory power is utilized in the next step, that is dark phase. So dark phase takes place in the stroma. In the dark phase, carbon dioxide is fixed into glucose. So now we will learn about a dark phase. Dark phase is also called as Blackman's reaction, Kelvin cycle, C3 cycle, or PCR cycle. PCR means photosynthetically carbon reduction, RPP cycle, reductive pentose phosphate cycle. So here different names are there. All they are representing the second phase of photosynthesis. So here dark phase takes place in the stroma. It occurs in the stroma, colorless part in the chloroplast, and it is independent of light. It is not depending on the light, but here it is depending on the light phase products ATP and NADPH2. So in the presence of light, in the absence of light, the dark phase takes place. So dark phase means it is not taking place in the night time. So dark phase takes place always. Always means here that is independent of light. It doesn't need light. But here it is dependent on the light phase products ATP and NADPH2. Next, here the dark phase is purely enzymatic reaction. So completely here enzymes are involving and purely enzymatic reaction. First of all, it was studied by a Blackman scientist, established by Blackman scientist, and in detail it was studied by three scientists, Kelvin and Benson Basham. Melvin Kelvin, Benson Basham scientists. Three scientists together they studied the second phase of photosynthesis or dark phase. And for the discovery of dark phase reactions, they got Nobel Prize in 1961. In 1961, they got Nobel Prize for the discovery of dark phase. And they used here different techniques: radioactive tracer technique and chromatography, autoradiography. Here, these three techniques were used to identify the reactions of dark phase. So here they used 14 carbon, means here isotope 14 carbon containing carbon dioxide is supplied to the here chlorella and synedesmus. These chlorella and synedesmus are used as materials, means here the carbon dioxide 14 CO2 carbon dioxide is supplied to the chlorella and synedesmus. They are green unicellular photosynthetic oxygenic organisms. So these chlorella and synedesmus organisms are unicellular algal members were used in the experiments, and most of the plants, 85% of the plant species are C3 plants. C3 cycle takes place in almost all plants. In C3 plants, C4 plants, CAM plants. In all plants, C3 cycle takes place. But the C3 plants, in the total plant kingdom, 85% of plant species are C3 plants. They are called as C3 plants. And if we see the C3 cycle, here C3 cycle is here C3 cycle or PCR cycle or any here RPP cycle. So completed in three steps. First step is carboxylation, second step is reduction, third step is regeneration. So in C3 cycle or Kelvin cycle, here the first CO2 acceptor is RUBP. RUBP means ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate. It is a 5 carbonous compound that is accepting the carbon dioxide. So every time only one CO2 is accepted by RUBP, and that is first step, carboxylation step. So RUBP is fixing carbon dioxide and converted into a 3-phosphoglyceric acid, that is a 3-carbonous compound. First produced stable compound is 3-phosphoglyceric acid. So that's why here it is having 3 carbons, that's why it is called as C3 cycle. Why it is known as C3 cycle? As the first produced stable compound is having 3 carbons. It is called as C3 cycle. Next, in the second step, reduction step. Here 3-phosphoglyceric acid is reduced into a glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. 3-phosphoglyceric acid is a 3-carbonous compound. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate also 3-carbonous compound. So 3-PGA is converted into G3P or glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. In this step, here 12 ATPs and 12 NADPH2s are consumed or utilized. So these are taken from the first phase, light phase. So light phase products are ATP and NADPH2. They are utilized in the reduction step, also in the regeneration step. But in the reduction step, 12 ATPs and 12 NADPH2s are consumed, and G3P, 12 molecules of G3Ps are produced. Out of 12 G3Ps, only 1/6 G3P, means out of 12, 1/6 means 2 G3Ps are exported into the cytoplasm. 12 out of 12 trioses, or out of 12 G3Ps, there are 2 trioses. 2 trioses are exported into the cytoplasm. So these 2 trioses are converted into glucose. So here glucose is synthesized in the cytoplasm, and the remaining 5/6 part, means 10 G3Ps are converted into RUBP, ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate, are regenerated. This step is a regeneration step, again regenerated. So in the regeneration step, 6 ATPs are consumed, 6 ATPs. So in first step, carboxylation step, no ATP, no NADPH2 consumption. In the second step, reduction step, 12 ATPs and 12 NADPH2s are consumed. And in the third step, 6 ATPs are consumed for the regeneration of RUBP. Means for the one hexose or one glucose formation, 18 ATPs and 12 NADPH2s are consumed during the Kelvin cycle. 18 ATPs, 12 NADPH2s are consumed for the production of one glucose molecule. In Kelvin cycle, every time only one CO2 is fixed. Means it takes place in 6 times or 6 turns. After 6 turns only one glucose is produced. For the formation of one glucose, here 18 ATPs and 12 NADPH2s are consumed. Here in light phase, 24 ATPs and 12 NADPH2s are produced, but all the ATPs are not consumed during the Kelvin cycle. Here 6 ATPs are excess, but NADPH2s, all NADPH2s are consumed. So here it is about C3 cycle in brief. Thank you.